All right, welcome to this webinar. I'm very excited to host this, the predictable path to financial independence in 3 to 5 years. All right, and in this webinar, you are going to learn in the next maybe 30, 45 minutes, how to become a smart money manager. Okay, you will learn how you can manage your own funds and be in 100% control of your financial outcome. And the way the system has been organized, the economic system, is to teach us to work very hard and hand over that money to some experts who are going to manage the money, and we basically hand over our financial future to them. All right, and hope that things work out. But that has not been playing out, you know, in a good way for a lot of people, especially with the recent changes in the economic situation, political situations, and even your particular lifestyle. The amount of money you think you will need to retire right now would definitely not be the same, in maybe 30, 40 years from now, or 20 years from now, or even 10 years from now, looking at hyperinflation and everything that's going on around the world. So how can you compress time frames and say, you know what? I don't want to hand over my financial future to somebody else to manage for me, because if it's so important, why do I need to give it to somebody else to do? All right. And secondly is, if I'm going to manage my money by myself, how can I compress time frames? Is it really possible to take what would have taken me 20, 30 years to do and to actually do it in 3 to 5 years and actually have better results? Is it actually possible? That's what I want to show us today. This is my personal experience, my personal content here. What you're seeing here is what I've seen, what I've experienced, what I am experiencing. Okay. And I'm happy to bring that to you. So at the end of this webinar, I will give some time for questions and answers to help us better understand this concept and to show us how we can begin to implement. All right. So I usually talk about my entire philosophy concerning wealth. I tag it as the 3-step wealth formula. I just realized, probably since it's about maybe from 2012 till date, I'm not sure how many years that is, probably 12 years, that I've been actively working on this idea, this concept of freedom, financial independence, breaking out of the matrix and things like that. And what I've discovered and gathered over all those years is what I've termed the 3-step wealth formula. It's more like distilling that information into 3 steps. And I've seen these principles being applied by the super wealthy, like people that I look up to. I found out they're following these principles. And I also found out that some other people who are wealth experts are teaching these principles. All right, so that gives me confidence to talk about this. So there are basically 3 steps that you need to take, understand, and implement to become financially free and to build wealth. Number 1 is you need to make money. The amount of money that you make, the quantity, cash, how much money is in your bank account or enters your bank account is very important. And that's actually the starting point. That's a starting point of wealth creation, generating cash. Okay. For some of us on this call, what is in view for you is not just earning an income, is to accelerate your income. So you are already working a full-time job or you're running a business and getting some income, you're surviving. That's why you can join the Zoom call, you can buy data, you can feed yourself. But so if you want to compress time frames, how this applies to you is that you need to accelerate your income. You need to find other streams that you can attach to the one that you are earning. So if you're earning 500K per month, your bills may already be around 400 and something, 300, or even over 500. That's just how these things usually are. So you want to see, okay, can I earn an extra 200,000 a month? What can I do with the little time I have, with the resources at my disposal, with the relationships I have, the leverage, the opportunities around me? that can create an extra maybe 300,000 naira per month. And if you look critically, it's just that a lot of us are not very honest with ourselves. If you look critically and you make a serious decision, everybody here can earn at least 50% more than they are earning currently, as in with little minimal effort. If you put in some more effort, put in some sacrifices, you can double your income in the next 90 days. It's very possible. I've done it many times. I've shown people how to do this. It's just a matter of deciding. All right, this is the path I want to take and taking it as a project. So if you don't have any income, forget about creation. All right, if you have somebody telling you, I have, I've saved some money, where can I invest it? And this person doesn't have a stable income, you are not going to be successful in that venture. Because when you fall into some need, the first place you are going to head to that investment. All right. So when I take my clients on in my personal wealth academy, the first place I take them through is the money fitness program, your relationship with money. Okay. So the first step is to make money. I hope that is sorted. All right. If you are not earning enough, then you need to earn more. And if you think you're earning enough for your bills, you need to find how to increase that income. It will just help you get to your destination much faster. So that's step one. Step two is manage. You need to learn how to manage your money. All right. And when it comes to wealth creation, managing your money means you need to be on top of your money flows. Okay, on top of your money flows. How much money came in last month? How much money went out last month? All right. I just that I can't share my personal figures here, but I literally I do this like every month. And I just told my wife this morning, like I had a backlog of maybe 2 weeks that I had not imputed into my tracker. I have a personal finance tracker where I track all my expenses. And the reason I'm tracking my expenses is not because I want to micromanage every 5 naira, every 10 naira that goes out and all that. No, I need to understand my money flows. I have a family, I have 3 kids now, and you know, the bills are like left, right, center. If you're not careful, you will find yourself in this spiral. It's just a spiral of survival. There's always a next bill. There was a next bill. Now my kids, they've been on holiday for about 2 weeks or so. Now, or two or more weeks, I don't know. Now they're about to start third term, I believe, third term. So next the fees are due. All right. So if you haven't planned these things out, you find that you're always chasing the next bill, chasing the next bill, and if God help you, an emergency comes up that you're not prepared for, it could just wind you up in poverty. So managing your money is very important. And this is not a course on managing money. This course is about the 3-step wealth formula. I just want to show you the path to freedom. But, in other programs, I can go more in depth into how to manage your money flows. But I've given you a tip here. Everybody on this call, or let me type in the comments if you are currently tracking your money. If you're tracking your money, let me know. Just type yes. If you're currently tracking your money, how much you spend per month and all that. Can you tell me on the top of your head, this is how much I spent on food last month in the month of March? Or this is how much I spent on fuel or transportation. This is how much I spent on entertainment, on education. All right. If you don't know how much you spend, you can't draw up a budget. You cannot even know if your finances are optimized. When we look at Nigeria, we compare the budget for education versus budget for, say, the National Assembly or something like that, and we can see the disparity. But if we don't track those things, we will not know if something is out of hand. Can you see it? So that's the first step to managing your relationship with money. You need to track. And I use an app called Money Manager. If you go to your app store, you'll find it. It's this app here. I don't know if you can see my phone. Can you? No, you can't. It's like a red icon with a piggy bank on it, a white piggy bank. And on that app, you can see that's my data for last month. It just shows you everything. So I input it. There are some other apps that can integrate with your. I think what I'll do is let me type this. Okay, Don Kenny says is typing it in. Awesome, awesome. So okay, the name of the app is Money Manager. But there's a better app. I think there's a better app you can use. If you use an Android, this is one of the things that has been vexing me for the last 2 years. Go and search for Rich Finance. So the name of the app is Rich, REACH. But the company is Rich Finance. So that app actually, it tracks your expenses from your SMS alerts. And I believe, I'm not sure if you can connect to your bank, but I think your SMS alert. So once you make a transaction and your SMS comes in, the app tracks it and puts it in the right category. Or if you can't categorize it, it's going to, leave it for you to come and categorize and say, okay, this money is this. And it's very, very, at least it takes the first step for you, in terms of logging your transaction. So but that app is not available on Apple. And yeah, I've been venting to the company, contacting them that, guys, put this thing on App Store, iOS, so that people like me can be happy. But so that's the first step. This call is not about money fitness. But when you are able to track your flows, you can now start doing something. You can start optimizing your savings. All right. So the money that you want to save is not money that just entered your hand. It has to be planned. Your savings bucket has to be planned. Your investment bucket also has to be planned. When I say bucket, I mean the funds. The funds that are going to your savings account, the funds that are going to your investment account, they need to be planned upfront. It's not when someone gives you a gift or you just happen to land on some money, then you start looking for how to invest. No, wealth creation is a lifestyle. Okay, so what I advise for most people, and these are just basics before we even start talking about money itself or growing money. This is managing money. You need to have a project account or different project accounts. There should be an account, maybe if you're saving for school fees, but you should have an account for savings, for projects. For projects, that means a project account for wealth creation. That this money I'm putting in this account is not my general savings. So it's not my emergency funds. It's money that I want to invest. I don't know why I'm going to invest it yet, or I may not know, but I'm putting this money aside for investment, for wealth creation, so that when the opportunity comes, I will have money to invest. Many times, the real gains of investment are done when you make the right entry. Not necessarily, oh, the thing, for example, there's a stock that is selling, maybe it's trading at $100 per share or 100 naira per share. All right. So somebody may be thinking, okay, it's 100 naira, and I'm hoping that it will go to 150 naira by the end of the year. So that's 50% gain. The smart investors are putting that stock on their radar. And they're not just planning for 50% gain or 100% gain. They have money down, but they're waiting for the stock to go from 100 naira per share to 50 naira per share or to 70 naira per share, which they've determined upfront. Okay? Are you getting me? So imagine you saw the stock 100 naira per share and you bought it. You're hoping for it to do what? 50%. But me, with a little bit more knowledge, I know that this stock is likely to come down before it goes up. I wait for it to come down to 50 naira per share and I buy at that point. Do you know that I've just made twice? I've doubled my investment. I've made 100% because from minus 50 to 50 is going to be 100%. It's even going to be 200% gain, not even 100%, 200% gain. All right. So I'm going to make more money than you. And that profit I made, the extra profit, was made at the point of entry. So timing is key in investments. And if you don't plan ahead, you will not be able to see. And these opportunities come there was a time they announced MTN was doing some stock split or something like that. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. The opportunity just came and a lot of people were not able to take advantage because their monies were tied up somewhere else. But they didn't have stash, they didn't have ammo ready. So that's what your project account is. All right. It's money meant for investment. And guess what? If you have, okay, 10% of my income going to my project account every month, no questions asked. If you invest this month and the investment goes to zero, maybe you made a mistake or something happened in the market, guess what? You already have another amount of money coming in next month. Are you seeing? So it takes the pressure away from investing and makes it a lifestyle. Because the lessons you learned from the first one that didn't work, you can now use the next month allocation or subsequent allocations to make wiser decisions. And that's how you learn. That's how you grow. You have to be in the market. All right. So that's what I mean by project or account and freedom account. Freedom account is, I just mean this money is dedicated towards financial freedom. So I'm going to be investing this money, but the aim is for financial freedom. All right. And you can use either a bank account to save this money or some apps like PiggyVest and the likes that can even automate your savings. So that's the second step. Let me know if you've gotten value so far. I'm going to go into the third step now. Let me know if you've gotten value so far. Okay. Are we together? Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let me touch on the third step. The third step is multiplying. So make, manage, multiply. And this is where my philosophy of becoming a smart money manager comes in. For a lot of people, they make money, they manage money, they save it, and then they go into maybe they invest in a fund, or they give it to some forex trader, or they give it to some crypto crypto fund or whatever. But the idea is you're giving it to something, you are relying on the performance of somebody, of a third party. All right. And my firm belief is that in the 21st century, in 2024, there's enough information, there's enough technology available for you to manage your money and outperform the best hedge funds or institutions out there. Okay, so multiplying your money is basically like growing your money. And I'll just make a quick distinction here. And this will save a lot of us from landing in trouble when it comes to investment. I learned this quote from someone. His name is Tayo Oye, Dr. Tayo Oye. I found him on Twitter, and I just stumbled on this quote like about 7 years ago. And he said that there's a difference between making money and growing money. There's a difference between making money and growing money. And a fundamental reason people actually lose out in the financial markets is because they are trying to make money with platforms that were designed for growing money. I'll say it again. The reason a lot of people lose out in investing or in the financial markets is because they are trying to make money with platforms that were designed for growing money. So for example, forex trading was designed for growing money. What do I mean by growing money? I mean that you have capital you set aside for wealth creation. I'm not sure it's up to 30 years, maybe 20, maybe it's up to 20 years. I'm not sure it's up to 30 years that we had what we call retail trading, that it came on the scene where somebody could open his computer and fund an account and say he wants to start trading by himself. It's not up to 30 years, probably 20 years or something like that, or yeah, something like that. So the fact that you have access to the platform does not even mean you are qualified to make profit from it. Because Forex trading was designed as a way of managing exposure for the institutions, for countries, for central banks, and for high net worth individuals. And these guys, they know that, okay, inflation is at 6% per year or 4% per year or 10% per year. So if I can just manage my assets, okay, move my money here and there such that I can maintain the value above inflation, then I can preserve my wealth. So if inflation is at 10% per annum and I can make 15% per annum on my money, trading this money, all right, then I'm good and I can compound that over time. These people are not trying to do 10x on their money so that they can withdraw it to pay school fees or to pay rent. Are you seeing that? So the money for rent and school fees is supposed to be made primarily from money you are making. Money from your job, money from your business should take care of your bills. But when it comes to multiplying money, this is not money that you want to be touching. You know, money does not like to be touched anyhow like that. Put it somewhere and work on it and let it grow. Are you seeing the difference now? So, but because we got access to these platforms and people say, oh, you know what? It's possible to do 100x. Yes, it's possible. So let me put $100 or 100,000 naira. Let me multiply it to 200,000 in 30 days so that I can withdraw 100,000 to pay my rent, to eat, to pay the bills, and then I have 100,000 left. That's what people are doing. So you are trying to use it as an income stream, as a business to make money. This is why a lot of people are losing in Forex, in crypto, in stocks, in whatever. Because your psychology is actually wrong. And you are going to make stupid decisions. Your emotions are going to be all over the place because imagine you have a 20% dip in the market. You are going to panic because this is your livelihood here. If this money goes down, I will not be able to eat. I seen it. So you start making irrational decisions. But if you had followed what I said and you had a project savings plan, a freedom account, and this money that I'm trading or that I'm investing is not what I'm planning to live on for next month. I'm not planning to use this money to pay my rent. Then you can allow the money breathe. You can allow the market do its thing. The market will go down, it will come back up, and then you can make your profit. So that's fundamental mindset shift that I want everybody to take. And this basically saved me. When I learned this trick, this stuff in 2017, I actually stopped trading because I was trading then. I stopped trading for a while. All right. Just to get my mindset right. Because I was trading then, I was trying to trade full time. But the thing was, I was out of cash. I was broke and I needed to make money. So the stress level was much. I was making irrational decisions. So I said, you know what? Stop this trading that you're doing. Look for how to make money. Look for something you can do. All right. Get a job, get a business, do freelancing, take care of yourself, and then start taking money aside for trading or for investing. And believe you me, the stress level is like 90% gone already just by doing that. So take my word for it. That's the actual way, around this issue. All right. So when you become a smart money manager, I'm saying that instead of handing your money over to somebody, you can direct where the money goes. Do you think the rich people who are actually ultra wealthy, do you think they are relying on the advice of the bank and the hedge fund manager to tell them what to do. They are telling those people what to do with their money because they have understanding. All right. Even if they don't have the nitty-gritty details of navigating the market, but they have macro understanding and they're saying, look, I know what's happening in the US economy. I need to diversify right now. So give me options. And they're telling those people, they're not going to Google Yahoo News or Yahoo Finance to ask, what should I invest in? No, no, no. They are telling them, I want to go into real estate now because it's a hedge against this inflation. I need to move some money into precious metals or gold. I need to get some exposure to this, figure it out. That's the first steps of becoming a smart money manager. And then you can decide, okay, do I want to do real estate investing? Do I want to trade Forex? Do I want to put some money in stocks? What kinds of stocks do I want to put it in? I pretty much like assets that generate cash flow. All right. Most of my assets are assets that generate cash flow. I have very minimal assets that don't, and I think one of the only assets I have that doesn't generate cash flow for me right now is land. I have some land that I've bought in some developers estates, right? But I bought them more like land banking so that I can develop them later. But for the period where, although they are accumulating value, but they're not generating, that's the only exception. Every other thing I'm doing, right? If it's stock market, it's dividend stocks. I want those stocks to give me cash flow. Okay, that's just my strategy, but you will find what works for you. If it's crypto, there are passive crypto opportunities that can pay you something like a dividend or a yield, like yield farming and things, staking and things like that. All right, because I want that cash flow. And that's how I'm designing my life. Because this cash flow should be able to take care of my bills. At the point where my cash flow can cover my monthly expenses, which I'm at now, like my basic monthly expenses without any serious extra, my cash flow can cover that. Then I'm financially free. Except I want to buy a new car. I want to move to a bigger house. All these other things. I want to go on one vacation, but my basic expenses, feeding, power, transport, I have cash flow assets that take care of those things. And some of those things I say, okay, this thing I'm doing, I want it to cover my fuel and household costs. And then I build it. It may take me 6 months to keep pumping money into it, but after a while, it's giving me enough cash flow that I don't have to think about fuel for generator again. Fuel is going up, I have something to take care of it. And if inflation is coming, then those assets are also increasing in value, but they're still paying me cash flow. All right. So that's how to become a smart money manager. And this is an overview, but I hope it's giving you a good idea into what is possible when you begin to apply these 3 steps. All right. So I call this optimizing for cash flow. Optimizing for cash flow. Don't just, it's good. I mean, there are 2 ways you can invest. You can invest for growth or you can invest for value. Someone like Warren Buffett is a value investor. All right. And he's just out for cash flow. He wants cash flow positive from day one. Doesn't want, next 10 years. No. That kind of person is not going to buy like Amazon stock or Tesla stock or things like that. So I'm kind of turning to that point. Okay. So, because for me, wealth building is a lifestyle. It's not a checklist. I have 5 million, so I put this money into Bitcoin. Another 6 months time, one small 500,000 came out. But see, what can I put this? No, it's not that. It's a lifestyle. There's more harmony. For me, trading is a lifestyle because trading is not trying to get moonshot. No, it's a lifestyle. I'm managing my money. All right. So prioritize active income because active income is the multiplier effect. If you are trading $100 or you are investing $100, another person is investing $5,000 with the same 10% increase, one person made $500 profit. And you that you are trading $100, you made you made $10. So your stress would just reduce if only you were investing more money. And how do you invest more money? Is to focus on your active income. Do your job well so you can get a promotion. Look for multiple streams of income. Find something you can do to earn extra income. Can you see why I prioritize extra income? If you're doing your business, how can you scale this business? How can you expand? How can you buy back your time so you can stop working in the business and start working on the business to expand your income? So prioritize it. Focus on it. When you generate more money, then you have more money to invest. You have more money to grow, more money to manage. And you just do this consistently because now you have a plan. And you can focus on time. Time as your multiplying factor. Time as your leverage, not yield. Not looking for the next coin that wants to do 100x. All right? I don't blame if you have put 2% or 5% of your account and do those. That's gambling. Honestly, there's no technical rationale for those things. But there's nothing wrong in putting, it's a game. So there's nothing wrong in putting some money in the market in highly speculative coins, but just know that that's not a strategy. So don't use your investment money to do something that wants to pay you 100% per month or all this kind of stuff. Use a small amount of your account to do that. But focus on leveraging time. Instead of looking for 100% per month, is there something that can pay you 5% per month? And they are. All right. For example, in Nigeria, in Africa, I need my money to work harder for me than somebody who is in US, where inflation is 6%. Inflation in Nigeria is like 18%. The interest rate is over 20%. So I need my money to work harder. I can't follow the advice of the guy in US that is looking for 10% per year. Are you seeing that? So if you don't have a steady income, make that your first priority. If your income is dwindling, focus there, because if you focus on investment, you are going to be forced to kill that investment and eat your seeds before they germinate, before they yield. But if you focus on your active income, then you can leave that investment to grow so that it can take care of you later. The reason why I don't really trust pension funds is because I'm not in control. Anything can happen. If we go into war right now, believe you me, you won't have any pension fund. The government will take your pension and maybe draft you into the war. You know, so there are many things that they are not really as safe as we've been told. Right now, government is dipping their hands into retirement accounts and pension funds, all right, to stabilize the economy and to do all those kind of things. I don't know if that money will come back. I can't build my financial future on that. All right, so if you don't have steady income, financial freedom is secondary. Once you are done with it, once you've consolidated your income, you can feed yourself, you can maintain a good lifestyle. Then you can start thinking about how to take some part of that money, right, and start investing. So I hope this makes sense. Okay. So, and that's what I call the power of compound interest. I'm going to do a small exercise for us. I want to show you the power, the real power of compound interest when it comes to time and consistency. All right. And there's this website, everybody take it down, thecalculatorsite.com. Thecalculatorsite.com. I'm going to type it in chat. So thecalculatorsite.com, let it be your friend. When you are bored, when you are idle, go to that website and type in some numbers and how you can calculatorsite.com. Okay, I think I may have to share. Yeah. Okay. So let me take this off. So I said is a predictable path to financial freedom in 3 to 5 years. Now that's what I want to show you. Okay. So just assume that you invested $1,000. And if you put this money in the bank, how much would you get at the end of the year? At the end of the year, does anybody know? Savings, interest. Or let's not talk about savings interest. Let's talk about fixed deposits. So let's talk about fixed deposits. I think that's fixed savings, fixed deposits, interest rates in Nigeria. Let's just look at the current rate. Let's look at the current rates. Okay, so I'm seeing that GTB has the highest rate of fixed deposits. Let's see. Or does anybody know? In the top 10 banks. All right, so UBA gives an annual percentage of 8%. GTB gives 180 days maximum at an annual of 8%. So that's about 8%. So let's take 8%. ARM gives 8.3%. Okay. So let's use 8%. So you're getting 8% at the end of 1 year. So you've made $83 if you put that money in a fixed savings. At the end of 5 years, you have 1,000. That means at the end of year 1, you put that whole money back in fixed savings, you don't remove it. So you're compounding. At the end of 5 years, you've earned $490 interest. That's just like 50% growth in 5 years. But do you know that if you put your money in the bank and you earn 8%, you're actually losing? Because inflation rate in Nigeria for 2020, let's say an inflation rate. Inflation rate rose from 29 in January to 29.9% in January of 2024. 29, that's 30%. What? 30% inflation rate. So already your $1,000 is $700. That's what it means. Then you now made 8% on that. What's that? What did you actually make? $50. All right. I see it. So what if there was a way? This is 5 years. What if there was a way for you to earn 8% per month? In just a year, managing your money by yourself. In a year, you've made your money has grown to $2,518. That means you've earned $1,518 on your money. That's an 8% monthly. Okay. Duncan says it's 33%. I beg, let's stick with 30%, please. Let's stick with 30%. Are you seeing that? 8%. So I don't know how many of us here have been dabbling into Forex, crypto, stock trading, or trading generally, or any of this, let me say alternative investment, not traditional. Not traditional, like, okay, put my money there and waiting for a year, my returns and things like that. Is anybody here that has dabbled into that? For majority of people, they can make 8% per month. As in, they know how to make 8%. The problem you've had is that you've been trying to make 100% in a month so that you can withdraw. I mean, you have 50K, you want to quickly double the money so you can remove 50K and then leave that one. You know, that's what we've been trying to do. You want to, oh, you saw this crypto deal, you want to quickly triple the account so that you can remove the capital, leave the rest, and things like that. But 8%, to make 8% profit on a trade, majority of people can do it. To make 8% on a deal, on a crypto deal, like to spot, okay, this coin is going up, I just want to make 8%. That's my goal for the month. Most people can do that. Even intermediate or beginner traders can make 8% without stress in a month. People make 8% a day, 10% a day in one trade or in two trades. Can you see that? So, but what would happen if you just did this for 5 years? Or let's do 3 years. Your 1,000 in 3 years will be $15,000, $16,000. $1,000. If you just left it to grow in 3 years' time, how long have you been trying this game? How long have you been trying to invest and trade and make it work? If you just followed what I'm saying and looked for minimum of 8%, this is what you will get in 3 years. In 5 years, that money would be $100,000. And this is your freedom number, your freedom account. This is like 100 million naira in 5 years. The 5 years will pass anyway. Once I discovered this, I stopped chasing short and all that. Look, this is predictable. Are you seeing that? But let me now show you, let me now show you the reason people are not able to do this. Especially if you are trying to learn how to trade or manage your money. And when I say manage your money, I mean you are moving money from one place to the other. You are essentially trading the money. More like position trading. So I have Naira. Oh, I feel dollar is getting strong. I move some of it to dollars. When the dollar is reducing, I take part of the profit back to Naira. I buy some Bitcoin. I buy some gold, you know, and you just also, you just focus on one pair. Maybe it's just gold, like me. Primarily, I trade gold. And I say, okay, right now, if you see how gold has been spiking in the last trading view, last couple of months is unprecedented. Like it's never spiked that much in a short period. Can you see this? Can you see this? This is a chart. This is a gold chart. This is even this year. Let's see. Look at this. This was October. And guess what happened? Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th. Can you see if you can look below where my mouse is, you can see the date. This was the date Hamas attacked. It was actually a Saturday or so. It was a Saturday they attacked. And what has gold done since then? So let's take from here to today. Can you see that blue box? I don't know if you can see the blue box. It's showing me 28% growth. If you just bought the gold and you held, it's 28% growth. I'm not sure gold has ever spiked that way. All right. So just managing your money and checking events. Okay. This is being a layman. But with some knowledge, you could have made millions from this. With some simple knowledge, which I'm going to show you, you can make millions just with these moves. All right. So let's go back to our calculator. What I want to show you is this. If there was a way for you to make 10% per month, let's just round it up to 10%. You started at $1,000 and you followed my advice. All right. In a year, you would make $3,000. That means you've earned $2,000 on your money. 10% per month, I'm saying is I don't know if you disagree with me that it's impossible to make 10% per month, let me know in the comments. As in with your own knowledge. with simple knowledge, maybe with some guidance, some community support and things like that. Accountability. You will double your money in 8 months because you're not touching that money. It's for wealth. But what if you followed my advice and you were able to add $50 or $100 per month? Let's even say $50 per month. 3,000 naira. Instantly, you have doubled your return. Because before, what you could make, oops, scattered it. Let me write it again. I hope this is making sense for someone. So before, you made 2,000, 10% per month, not per year. So you made, your investment was 3,000, your balance, your account size. But because you just added 50% per month, guess what? Your account jumped to 4,000. Just because you followed my advice and you put, okay, 10% of I earn 500,000 per month, let 10% go into my freedom account. And this your freedom account, you are managing it and you're making 10% per month. You started with $1,000. At the end of the year, you have about 4.2 million. Let's say $1 is 1,000 naira, 4.2 million naira. Started with 1,000 naira. You've added $600, which is 600,000 over the last. So 1.6 million is what you've saved. But at the end of the year, you have 4.2. But guess what happens when you do this for 3 years? You now have 45.8 million or 45.8 million in your account balance. Are you seeing how powerful this is? And this is your freedom account. This is for 3 years. What if you do it for 5 years? You begin to see that there's a hockey stick growth pattern. And I try to show that growth pattern in my chart here. It starts slow, but most times we don't do it long enough. We don't do it long enough for the results to start showing. All right? Because you can see here, at 3-year mark, okay, you can even see it here. At the end of 1 year, you had 4 million, 4,200. 2 years, 14,000. It's still looking small. 3 years, 45,000. But from the 3-year mark, you can see the difference. 4 years is now 145. By year 5 is 456,000. This is freedom account that you are not touching. At this point, if you decide to take $50,000 from the money, that's like 50 million. You can go and buy a house, buy a car. You understand? This money can take care of you comfortably, as in you can take 100 million and put it and buy a commercial real estate that is paying, you're collecting maybe 5 million or 8 million rent every year. If you buy a real estate for 100 million naira, which is $100,000, you can comfortably collect at least 8% rent every year. If you remove your maintenance costs and all those things, maybe you are left with 5 million naira every year. Can 5 million cover your basic expenses? Are you see what I'm saying? This is managing your money. The banks are making this money off your savings, but they are giving you 8% per year. The banks are making serious money off your savings. So when I realized this, I mean, it was game over. It's just a matter of time because the time will pass anyway. I don't know if this is exciting to anybody. Some of us here, you can save $100 a month. If you focus on increasing your active income, then the amount of money you can start with can increase. The amount of money you can save every month can increase. So maybe you're making 500K per month, but you can save 100K per month. You can save 100K per month. If you can't save 100, save whatever you can, but make it a practice to always fund your freedom account every month. That's what I've been doing. And I'll show you some proof. All right. So the Smart Money Manager plan is to learn to trade your money like the institutions. For most people, yes, I understand forex trading works, crypto trading works, but I don't have time to trade. I'm working and I understand that. But what if there was a way? If you don't look for solution, you won't find it. What if there was a way for you to trade without affecting your lifestyle, your busy lifestyle? For someone like me, at a point, I stopped trading because I couldn't manage sitting down on the screen looking for when to enter entry point and exit point with my busy lifestyle of coaching, training, serving in church, and all that. Because when I found a way to trade that only takes 15 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, and the information is out there. That's what I'm saying. You can make 10% monthly consistently for 3 to 5 years, and you can solve the money problem once and for all. Because number one, this money is your freedom account. It's not money you are eating on. So that money can grow. And when that money grows, it doesn't have to get to $400,000 before you can say, okay, let me diversify, take $50,000. Maybe I have $100,000 now. Let me take $20,000. Let me go and buy some dividend stocks. Let me take this money, let me invest in this business. Let me take this money, you understand? It doesn't have to get to $1 million before you touch it. But I'm saying that money is not for feeding, it's not for expenses. If you take out of that money, it's because you're taking that money to go into another investment bucket to diversify your exposure. Are you getting it? So life, it gets exciting because now you can plan that, okay, in 3 years' time, this money, I can multiply this money like this, and I'll be able to do this project. The money that I'm growing now is what I'm going to use to develop the land that I bought in Lekki. So you fund your account monthly and you make 10% monthly and you trade your money like the institutions. Some of us may not understand what trading your money like the institutions means. The institutions are not withdrawing money every month from their account. They can hold a trade for 5 months. They can hold a trade for 5 years. They are patient. It's patient money. So I'm introducing you to patient money. Okay? So these are some accounts in case you're thinking that this thing is, I'm just excited for no reason. This is an account. You can see this account has been running for 510 days. This slide is even old. If I show you, if I go live to the, this is FX Blue. So FX Blue is a third-party auditor. So if you are trading your account, you plug your account to this FX Blue. Some of you may know FX Blue. You may know My FX Book. These are ways you can get your statistics of your trading. So this is almost 2 years. And you can see the total return is 2,722. What is the monthly return here? 21%. Can you see what I'm saying? 20% a month is doable. It's not a big deal for traders, but they don't have a long-term plan and they're not patient. They want to hammer in 1 month. So they will make money this month and lose everything the next month. No accountability. But see somebody's account. All right. I've blocked out the amount so that for safety reasons. But you can see the performance. Does this look anywhere close to what we're talking about here? I think if I go back to 3 years, you see 3 years, we're getting 2,900, about 3,000%, but this was at 10% monthly. So this one is showing you 20%, 21% monthly on average, okay? And you're getting 2,700. So it's a shorter period because the yield is higher. But this is personally managing the account. Let me show you another one. This is another of my account. And this one is a little bit, this is less than a year. This one I started in July last year, like middle of July last year. This is live. I will take you to the website so you see it. Total return, 183% from then. All right. And it's not up to a year yet. Monthly return on this account is 13.5%. It's very doable. Anyway, I'll start publishing these results on maybe YouTube or something so that people can follow But this is already like 9 months or thereabout of Wins account. So I'm practicing it. I'm practicing it. So I don't have any stress of Naira. No, no, no. This is my account, is in dollars, or I'm trading is in dollars. We don't have Naira trading brokers like that, but regulated ones. So you're trading to a regulated broker, you're making 13% on your money every month, and you can see that, all right, in 5 years, I know what this money is going to become. Is anybody excited? Is anybody challenged? Are you challenged? Are you inspired? Are you inspired? Let me know in the chat. Does this sound doable? Okay. If you don't believe my own results, anyway, I'm sure you believe, but for the sake of more transparency, let me show you my trading community. I want to show you, this is Discord. This is where we trade. And let me show you some testimonials. There was a lady, this lady. Okay, so you can see people's results. This is another guy, 13.6. This is not my own account. This one is 366 days. All right, this is another guy, 13.6. Let's look for another one. Okay, 20% per month, 541 days. I'm looking for results. Okay, this is a guy made, I hope we are seeing it, 90 days results, 10% per month. Loving it. I've been drawing out every month, so the bank has not been building. Silly me, I'll be funding my account to this. You can see, I think 90 days. Okay, net profit 33%. So that's 3 months. That's like about 10% per month. He started with 1,000 there about, I'm sure. Made 400. All right. So you can see people. And this is personally managing your money. Personally managing your money. So who would like to learn how to do this? So there's a particular way that we trade. There's a particular way that we do this, that I don't sit down in front of my screen trying to trade, trying to look for, the next signal. We don't do all this stuff. I don't spend more than 10 minutes a day looking at my phone, looking for trades, signals, or trading generally. Okay. At least max 15 minutes. If I spend any extra time, is because maybe I'm trying to understand. I have free time and I just want to see what's happening in the market, or I want to teach somebody or something. But time spent looking at my trades or trying to no, no, no. Once I open the chart, I know exactly what to do. And that's because I learned a strategy that the banks use to trade. Okay. And I'm going to start teaching that. I've never taught it. Okay. I never taught it, but this is what we've been using to create these results. And this weekend, I'm going to start teaching it. So I created a program called the Smart Money Manager or Smart Money Masterclass. And that masterclass is going to teach exactly how to trade. So how to trade like the banks. You're going to learn how to make 10% a month. And 10% a month is like conservative. We have a guy making 5% a month, but he's trading with like $50,000 or something like that on our in our community. So if you're trading with a lot of money, you may not, you may be comfortable with a smaller amount of returns, because that's good money. That's why I said when your capital increases, you may decide to, but you may decide not to reduce your profit. All right. So we're already at the 1 hour mark, so I want to keep this short. So this weekend I'm going to launch this program. It's called the Smart Money Masterclass, and for the first time, I'm going to be teaching exactly what I'm saying. All right. Again, this is for people who are at the point where they can start talking about wealth creation. If you don't have an income, well, the knowledge may be good for you to actually see, but you can't really practice this. You don't have capital to trade and all that. All right. So this comes on the back of, okay, I'm ready to start building my wealth. I want to learn how to trade without a stop loss. We don't trade with stop losses, risk, and all this. No, the institutions don't use stop losses. We don't lose trades. I don't think I've had a losing trade in like God knows how many months. Can make 200 to 400 pips profit. So if you are exposed to Forex, you know what a pip is per trade. And you spend nothing more than 10, 15 minutes a day. I check my phone every now and then. I have a particular period that we check, and then we know what we want to do. And also, I'm going to give 6-month mentorship along with this program. Again, it's the first time. I don't think I will ever offer it at this price, but again, I don't want to procrastinate, and I just want to get it going this weekend. All right. So it will be a small class, and I want to get some results. Okay, I want to get some results. So if you're interested, this class is 300K. I'll probably do it once a month, or maybe once in 3 months or something. I don't know how often when next I will offer it, but it's going to be 300K. But for the first time, I'm offering this. For those of us who are on this call, you can get in the program for 50,000 naira only this week. Today's Tuesday. By Saturday, it's cut off because we'll start on Saturday. So if you want more details about this program, reach out to me, let me know, and I will kick you in. But if not, I'm sure this webinar has been of absolute benefit to you. What else are you going to learn? How to decode retail sentiment. So again, as I was saying, if you know that the market is going this way, then just position yourself and follow the trend. How do you decode where the market is going? It's just sentiment, not even looking at the charts. There's a way you can look at, okay, the market is switching. Market is switching to this direction. And just position yourself there and ride the wave. How do you leverage cut data? Cut data is information that the institutions, they are legally obligated to publish it every Friday. They publish what they are doing, their trades. They publish it, all right? So how do you leverage it? Where do you get it? How do you reinterpret it? How can you use it to influence your trading? All right. And I will also include as a bonus access to my trading fundamentals, because it's like for beginners, or if you consider yourself a beginner, you don't really understand the concept of trading generally. That cost is 50K, but I'm just going to throw it in for anybody coming in this week. So if you are new, you can actually go and watch the replay of that, the videos of that course, and then you can join. This is more like a trading course. It's not introduction and all that. And then you have lifetime access to trading community. So again, that's a lot of amazing value for 50,000. If you're ready, send me a DM. Let me know that you're ready to get started, and I will hook you up. So that's where we're going to end it for today. Thank you so much for joining. I said I was going to take some questions, so I'm going to stop the recording now, and I can take some questions either about